Hey, hey, hey. Time for another out of this world story from our space. My ex-wife cheated on me, and it was the best thing that ever happened to me. So, to start this off, I effed up and married this insane girl when I was 19. We'd been dating off and on for 3 years, and I was getting tired of her over-the-top attention-seeking BS. Examples of things she did, and will still do, are fake suicide attempts, crashing 3 cars, faking seizures, and a lot of other things. Anyway, around my 18th birthday, I decided I was done with her. I was in a band that was doing pretty well, and we had gigs lined up all summer. So it was time for me to dedicate everything I had to the band and break it off with her. I had a week of downtime, and my birthday was during this week, so we had a big party, and me, trying not to be a total dick, I was going to break it off after the next stretch of shows was over. I wanted to do it in person. I get home, and I take her out to a movie and dinner, and we got a spot by the lake where I tell her that I'm going to be focusing on my band, and she would be happier with someone else. Well, she goes apeshit. Full-on punches me in the face at least 4 times, then decides to tell me she's effing pregnant. The next few minutes feel like hours as she sits and cries, and I'm completely silent. I tell her, I'm sorry, I'll take care of my child. I'll do whatever I have to, but we can't be together anymore. She tells me if I leave, she will get an abortion. I decided to stay with her, left the band, and reluctantly married her under the impression that if I didn't, then my son would not have my last name. I was told this by her family, and I didn't know any better at the time. So now I'm married to a girl I hate, and I have a kid who I love more than anything. She's not a good mother. I was working 50 hours a week, bathing him, feeding him, teaching him, and all she did was go out with friends and take pills. This went on for the entire relationship. We only ever slept together maybe a handful of times the 12 years we were married, and had 2 more awesome kids. After my youngest was about 4 months, I came home from work to find him alone in his crib, with a dirty diaper, and my oldest, 6 at the time, laying on the couch crying. I was pissed. I asked where his mama was, and he said she left with Jay. I asked, who is Jay? What does she look like? He says he's a boy and he's black. So I call her, no answer. Call her friends, no answer. I load up all 3 kids, bring them to my mom's house, and head out looking for her. I never found her. Next day, nowhere to be found. Third day I come home, and my son is visibly upset. So I sit him down and ask what's wrong. He says, I saw Mama and Jay kissing under the blankets on the floor. I was furious. My son watched his mother have sex with a stranger. When she came home, I confronted her. She attacked me, blamed me for never being there for her, and kicked me out. I left the state. It's been 3 years now, and I've started a whole new life, and I've never been happier. I now have custody of my oldest son and working on getting the other 2. About a year ago, she tried to get me back and claimed she was pregnant with my child, all the way up until birth. We hadn't slept together in years by this point, but she's insane. Kid was born and obviously not of the same race as me. She just thought that was funny. But anyway, she still tries to convince me that we should be together and has done a lot of illegal things that I'm pursuing in court, like taking loans out in my name and cleanse my son on her taxes. Big no. But for the good part, I'm now with the most amazing woman I have ever met. She doesn't have a bad bone in her body, and we are expecting our first child together, and I'm happy. I don't think I knew what love was before now. I love her more than anything. She is my world. So in my honest opinion, that fat bee cheating on me was the best thing to ever happen. Life is effing crazy. If you happen to make it all the way through this, feel free to ask any questions. Thanks. Just one response from the community. User 080994. Congratulations on such a positive turnout. The relief for you must be amazing. I remember I dated a guy a lot like your ex, and never until I met my current partner did I think someone could treat me so good. It really is amazing how, after an event like that, can change you for the better and find someone who's exactly what you're looking for. Best of luck for the rest of your journey. Next story. My wife cheated after over 8 years together. Last Sunday was my D-Day. My wife was out with her female coworker, Yeo, for the 2nd weekend in a row. She was out the previous weekend when I was at drill until 4:30 a.m. and I had a conversation with her that I know she is bi and I support her. But please don't ever cheat on me, and I don't like her being out so late because it causes me anxiety. About a week or 2 before that, she told me that she was bisexual and wants to be more open. She always mentioned liking women, but this was the first time admitting being bi. Fast forward to last Saturday, and we talked, and I told her I didn't want her to be out until 4 a.m. again because we had a busy Sunday plan. Fast forward to 11 p.m. that night, and I'm asking her what time she will be coming home, and she says she's just hanging out. My gut knows something is up, so I don't sleep. We keep texting back and forth. Around 2:30 a.m., she says she's heading home. I call 40 minutes later, wondering where she is, and she tells me she's getting ready to drop her friend off at her car. She doesn't get home until 5 a.m. I'm annoyed, but don't say anything. We get up 2 hours later. I come downstairs, and she says, "Let's talk." I already know something is up, and she goes to tell me how supportive and great I am, how understanding I have been, and then tells me she and this girl kissed. I'm blown away, but try not to freak out too much because I don't understand why she cheated when we just had a conversation a week ago. We talked for 2 hours, and then we talked some more, only to find out more details that it wasn't a kiss, but they made out. I then had to get it out of her that they made out 3 separate times that night, while she was in communication with me. At first, I wasn't as mad as I thought because I don't think I processed it, and I was like, if you're bi, let's explore with women, and maybe this chick. No idea why I said that because that's not what I wanted at all. We moved to another room to talk, and I started getting frustrated with her because she never cried or did anything emotionally for hurting me. She just kept saying, "I'm sorry I hurt you, but I'm relieved that I did it." I asked to see her phone, to see how long has it been going on, and the first message I see has a reaction sent to the other girl that was, "I miss your mouth already." I kept asking her why she cheated instead of talking to me, and she kept saying that was her only regret. I told her to contact this other woman and tell her she needs to stop talking to her to save our marriage. The text she sent was nothing that we talked about, and she defended her the whole time. We ended up getting in another fight because I don't know how to process it. I ask her a question, she gets super defensive, and I take a ton of pills and get in my car and drive. She's calling and telling me what I want to hear, and I'm having a meltdown, screaming, crying, everything because over 8 years gone. I finally come home hours later, and we talk again, and I ask her if she wants this to work. I'm told she doesn't know, or she wants to, but she's not sure if she's just gay because she doesn't find men attractive, etc. I ask her again, "Do you want me to leave and do you love me?" She says no and yes, and we can do counseling. I tell her she needs to cut this other girl out and we need to work on us. This causes her to cry and ask, "When will I be able to talk to her again?" I'm again hurt because none of this compassion is being shown towards me. She agrees to work it out, but keeps mentioning if she's gay, it's not going to work. She sleeps with no issue. I feel guilty and jealous and angry. She never makes out with me, doesn't let me go down on her, doesn't send anything sexual to me, but does all of this to someone she's known for 3 months. The next morning, last Monday, I told her we needed to talk. I said this person can't be part of us, and that possibly could have been if she didn't cheat and lie. She breaks down and starts crying. I ask her how this person you know for only 3 months is so important to you that you're allowing them to ruin our marriage, to which I am told, "She makes me feel comfortable." I then ask her to leave, and I can't do this. We have been very civil and amicable since, looking to do the cheapest divorce possible. She wants me to keep the house we just bought, all the pets, everything. She just wants nothing to do with her previous life. Why this hurts so much? I moved to a place I hated, took a lower-paying job, put my career on hold so she could get into the nursing school she wanted. Now, I am 3.5 classes away from finishing grad school, and she does this. I make okay money at my job, but not compared to an RN who can get overtime. I feel powerless, worthless. My confidence is destroyed. I'm betrayed. I lost people I've known for 8 years. Did we have the perfect marriage? No. I was always asking why she only wanted to do 1 or 2 positions with me, never initiated, would never made out, would let me go down on her. The list goes on. She just always seemed very lazy and would put others ahead of me. Yes, she supported me in the same manner to do grad school and etc. I feel like I wasted my life trying to make a better future for us, and that wasn't what she wanted once it happened. We've been in our house less than a year, and it needs work. She's now the breadwinner while I work on my dual masters and work full-time. I just feel like I failed as a husband. I know the percentage of marriages that end in divorce, and now all I can think about is, when will I get cheated on again? Or, is another relationship worth it just to get hurt? I loved this woman. I did everything to make our lives work, and she took the future away in one selfish evening. I don't get it. I don't know why she just didn't talk to me when we literally had this conversation a week ago. It's been a week since I asked her to leave. We spoke on Saturday, and I was trying not to be a mess, and she sounded fine on the phone. I had to put it on mute a few times to scream due to hearing her voice. I've mentally processed that the marriage is over, and she's not the person I'm married, or want to be married to. However, Everything is just a reminder, and now I have 5 pets, grad school, a full-time job, and National Guard to do. I just need to survive long enough until February when I'm done with the degrees. Money will be tight, but I can do it. I'm just scared for the future. The future I had is ruined. I am 33 and feel so far beyond where I should be because I sacrificed to help her get where she needs to be. The past week was tough. Lots of pills, no eating, no sleeping, just drowned it out with whatever I could find in porn. I feel better this week, but I still feel so alone because she has this girl to run to and I have no one now. For those of you who have dealt with infidelity, how did it all affect future relationships? Did you get remarried? Are you happier now? Is it possible to be loved again and not worry about infidelity happening? Are relationships worth it anymore? Our first comment comes from a deleted account. I know you said 8, but there is a reason they call it to 7-year itch. My friend, when you come out of this months from now, maybe even a year or two, you'll discover a lot about yourself, the world, gender dynamics, society, and you'll be better for it. You'll be stronger, wiser, and hopefully healthier. I'm nearly 2 years post it all, and I'm almost done with divorce. Takes a very long time. My eyes have opened up on a lot of things. My role in the relationship, how stereotypical and standard love, marriage, kids, breakups, cheating, and divorce really is in this world. I'm happier now, truly. I tried, and I don't regret anything anymore. It's just another chapter. Peace will come to you, so focus on yourself.